as you get older, okay, the things that we could have done, because I'm including a broad spectrum of people here, myself as well as you and everybody else out there, the things that we could have afforded to do physically to ourselves in our younger years and that we were able to get away with. Be that whatever, shit you wanted to put in your body then, activities in which you wanted to engage, things that were overall, in retrospect, non-productive and kind of self-destructive to a degree. Normal things, that it's normalize illness, you normalize everything. If everybody does it, then it's normal, right? Or if the majority of people do it, it's normal. But all that kind of stuff, and I told Dave before he passed away. Dave was actually working on his health and improving his health, and it's the things that we used to be able to do. We can't do that anymore. Brother Burrow reiterated this in a video the other day on his channel, Brother Burrow's channel. He's been down here a few times now and spent some time. Hopefully he's relocating down here, so that'll be really, really awesome to have that additional support right here, for our grassroots undertakings. But the things that you used to be able to do, the things that we used to put in our bodies, the drinking or smoking isn't a great thing either. Some of us are still smokers. I smoke tobacco, but I know when to quit. I'll smoke, like I said, I'll smoke a few cigars for a while, maybe every day, for a little brief period of time, and then I may not smoke another cigar for months and months. Same thing with the bourbon. I like decent, good bourbon, and I may have a shot of bourbon or a little tumbler or 2 fingers of bourbon in the afternoon or the evening. I may do that every night for a week or two, and then I may not have another sip of bourbon or any other alcohol for 6, 8 months, 4 months, whatever. It's not like I set myself any kind of limit. If I felt like having one tonight, I'll have one tonight. But it's not the case. It's not going to be the case, I can already tell you that. But the point is, the things that we used to do, things we used to put into our bodies, if this is the kind of activities in which you like to engage, you had plenty of time to do that. You should have tore it up when you could tear it up, because it's too late now. You cannot afford to burn up your life with that today. We can't afford to tear ourselves down. There's enough in our society, there's enough in our world, enough in our environment that's going to try to tear you down anyway, that is tearing us all down. We are deteriorating. As you get old, it's a physiological thing. It has to do with the rate of degradation. It's kind of like the atomic rate of decay. We're all atoms and things. It speeds up as we get older. When you're young, you're repairing at a faster rate than you're degrading. You're repairing at a faster rate than you're degrading. Anybody that wants to question that, all you got to do is just look at the results. Building muscle for one thing. You're gaining ground. You're gaining ground. And I may appear to be gaining ground, but a lot of this is just muscle memory, right? I'll never be what I once was. But as you get older, time goes by faster, because as your atoms, as you literally begin to decay at a faster rate, time elapses at a faster rate. Time seems shorter to you. From your perspective, time is shorter. When you were in school, summer vacation come around, couldn't wait, get all excited, and it was like a whole lifetime. Your life could change in the course of a summer. And some people will think, well, yeah, because you're young and these are formative years, you're experiencing new things, of course it can change, your whole life change in the summer. But summer seemed, from that perspective, at that age, to go on forever and ever. It took a long time to go through a summer. Now, a summer can come and go without you even being cognizant that school was out or that how many months it's been, and all of a sudden, we're already almost into August this year. Time flies a lot faster for us older people. I don't know one older person that will disagree with that. Your sense of time just seems to get away and fly by. It just goes by much, much more rapidly. So sometimes it seems harder to get things done because you don't have as much time. Well, you certainly don't have time to continue to tear yourself down. So you should have gotten your fill, in my opinion. You should have gotten your fill. You know, if you like to hit the bottle, if you like to party it up, if you like to do any kind of thing, you know, maybe you could afford to do that when you were younger, and you healed faster than you deteriorated, or you rebuilt faster than you were being torn down. You know, and you could afford to do that. But today you can't afford to do that anymore, and that's why, just as a base rule, I like to say, you know, examine everything in your body, or before you partake of it, or before you participate. Look at it and ask yourself these questions. Does it make me faster? Does it make me stronger? Does it make me harder? Does it make me smarter? Does it make you any of these things? Does it make me faster or harder or stronger? You know, smarter? Then you don't have time to do it, because there's something that will contribute to one of those aspects of your life that you could do in place of that. So yeah, you can't afford to do that. We don't recover like we used to or anything else, man. When you're young, you're like a ball. You hit the ground, you bounce, you roll. You get older, you're like a cube. You know, you hit the ground, you don't roll as easy anymore, and you have corners and things that scrape and grind. You know, so you really need to invest the time. You know, like I said to the gentleman today, I said, brother, you got to, man, do you spend any time for yourself? Is there anything that you actually do that's just for you? And he said, he thought about it, he said, no, really, there's not. I said, you know, the problem is in society, in our society today, that we are so used to upholding our end, you know, carrying the weight, or our portion of the weight at a minimum, and being there, doing the things that's expected of us, and things that people depend on us to do, maybe, that we fail to stop and actually live any of our life for ourselves at any point, just for us specifically. And it doesn't have to be a whole lot of stuff. You know, if you take and you start to work out, and you work out 1 hour 4 times a week, that's a life-altering endeavor. So that's 4 hours out of an entire week that are yours, completely yours, that you're doing something specifically for you. And it does spill over and improve the quality of lives and those around us, because you become more adept and you become more fit to do the things you need to be able to do. Where your life crosses over into other people's lives, it enables you to carry your end of it, or hold your end up better, easier, from a better perspective, spiritually, psychologically, physically. So what is that? You take 1 hour 4 times a week just for you. That's for you. And if you're one of these people that you don't know what responsibility is, and you're figuring, I already have many, many hours a day just for me, you know, well, maybe you're not there yet, but there's a lot of older guys, you know what I'm talking about. It's a shame that when you look at it in those regards, most often than not, more often than not, we invest more effort and time and consideration and money into the maintenance of our car or our truck, our vehicle, than we do on ourselves. We'll maintain that vehicle, try to protect that investment. No matter what you paid for the thing, you want to milk it, you want it to last, you don't want it to leave you on the side of the road. But we don't view ourselves in this vessel that we occupy, we don't look at that many times in the same way. We don't correlate that same rationalization, that we need to invest in our own maintenance and perseverance. It's just like you don't want to be on the side of the road in your vehicle and have your family out in the heat somewhere, or out in a storm or whatever, waiting for a tow truck or whatever the case may be. Well, you don't want to just drop dead either. You just don't want to fall flat on your face either. And then you can't fulfill any of your obligations, or any of your perceived obligations or expectations. You can't fulfill any of it then at all. You're no good at all to anybody, not yourself either. So you really need to look at it that way. You know, if you're going to take the time to change the spark plugs in your car, change the oil in your car regularly, routinely, maybe put a new serpentine belt on the car, drive belt or whatever, you know, much less all the other maintenance you could do, put new tires on the car. What are you doing for you? What do you do for you? What do you do for you? The car's an inanimate object. You know, if you're the one that is responsible for that vehicle, if that vehicle needs you to empower it and you're the guy behind the wheel driving it, well, it's an inanimate object. Without you behind the wheel, or without you looking out for it, without you taking care of these things, it just sits there and goes to rust, right? So you're more important than that car. You know, just think of it in those terms. You wash your car, you polish your car, you want to protect the exterior surface and the paint and every other thing, and maybe you get some undercoating on it to protect you from rust if you live somewhere like Pennsylvania, or if you're someplace where there's a lot of salt on the roads because it snows a lot. But what do you do for you? What do you do for you? So if I can do anything in this video, I want to encourage, especially everybody, but especially older people out there, take the time. And like I told the gentleman today, even if you can't go from zero, you can't take on too much at one time. To do it in small bits. You can begin by just, if you have internet access, just go onto YouTube and find a full body workout, a body weight workout, or even just an aerobic exercise thing, even just a yoga type of instructional thing, anything. And maybe if you have a wife at home, or you have a partner at home, if you're a woman, maybe you have a husband, or if you're a dude, you might have another dude at home, you maybe have a husband, who knows, whatever the case may be. It's for everybody. Maybe it's something you can try and do together. Invest 45 minutes or an hour or half an hour into something like that. At the end of it, I promise you, you will not feel that it was wasted time. If you can make yourself take that initial step and do it and engage, you will not regret it. You will not decry that half hour that you just spent on yourself. You will realize, I guarantee you, if you and your partner, if you have a partner, if you don't, then you do it yourself, whatever the case may be. But it's something you can share as well. That's the only point I'm trying to make. If you invest a half an hour in something like that and you try it, you haven't gone there and you haven't done that before, it'll be something new and exciting. You can learn and progress together. And I promise you, if you just try it, you will not regret it. You will not go through that half an hour if you make it through that half an hour. And once you see what a challenge it is, you're going to realize that it's something that you need to do. It's something you can expand upon. It's obviously going to improve your physical well-being, your health, your mental well-being. By the end of that, even that first half an hour, you're going to look at that and you're going to feel that that was a half an hour well spent. So just extend me enough trust and confidence that you try it. Whatever it is. It can be any damn thing. Just get out there and do something physical. Do something that's geared toward your own maintenance, your own preservation, and take it from there. Take it from there. Just do it.